Hey, hey y'all! I'm just getting started, so I done got my spot set up. Here's the thing for the ones that's been following me. Y'all know we go out by the pond and have a conversation, but I'm in the South right now. Y'all know what's going on in the South: all the tornadoes and the rain and the storms and all that, and blah 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 blah. So we ain't going out by the pond. We're gonna sit right here and hang out with my birds. You guys, for the ones that was on yesterday, y'all got to hear the baby birds. I have a nest full of cardinals, and so we get to sit with them. But y'all, come on in, come on in. I am Coach Nye. Thank you for choosing my platform to screen on by, come by, stop by. We're gonna get started in just a second. I am just waiting on people to come in, but yeah, I am Coach Nye. I promote nothing but love and happiness and healing and peace. So I teach you how to operate in your purpose, find your purpose, right? How to self-love and heal. What's up, Black Cat? Um, and teach people how to love on themselves and be the best version of themselves. Everything that I do is for you to become the better version of yourself. So even for as myself, I am who I say I am, so therefore I have to stand in that in order to stand in front of y'all so y'all can really see, because sometimes it's hard. Thank you for the likes. Thank you so much, Black Cat, for the likes. Sometimes it's hard to, when you're going through or somebody push you to that limit, to doggone stand in your power, to doggone stand in the new version of yourself. What's up, Gabrielle? To stand in your power, to stand in, the person that you've been saying that you are all this time. When people try you, it's hard. But then again, it's really not hard because it's who you are. It's just you want to go back to what you've known. See, the experiences that you experience in the season of being healed and what's that, baby girl? Being healed, and then making sure that you react in a healthier way. See, sometimes because this is new to you, sometimes it's kind of hard to react in the healthy way of the newfound you because you're so used to acting a certain way. Hold on, let me put y'all in a healthy way of the newfound you because you're so used to acting a certain way. Hold on, let me put y'all on do not. Sorry, I had to put it on do not disturb because I'm telling you folks, this is going to be a good message now. So when you're operating in your new you, right? When you finally have healed and let go of everything else and you just operating in the new you, that's when the enemy, like I told you, man, where's she at? See, they don't know me. There go my blue robin. He always shows up every time I come out. So that means we're about to have a good message. They're just like, hey, what's up, Nye? I want everybody to stop and give Naisha Nicole and tell her happy birthday. It's her birthday today. It's your birthday, Taurus season. Wait a minute. Yeah, you about to be out of Taurus season. You almost was out of it. But listen, check me out. Now, check me out. You operating in a newfound you and you done healed. That's when the enemy can't find you anymore. Remember, I always teach you guys, you have to understand you keep getting attacked and tripping over things because the enemy do not know you anymore. See, the enemy knew the old you. The enemy knew every trick, everything to get you back in alignment with him. See, he knew how to keep you on the path with him. But it's something about when you heal and become the better version of you, what happens is the enemy can't find you. He don't understand how to attack you. So he throw everything. He get his best soldiers. He get his best of the best to come after you. And then it's like, wait a minute, why is this not working? He get the best of the best of the best. Why is it not working? Why is she ain't budging? Because they don't understand. But it's always the enemy send that one person that's the closest to you. Or that one coworker, or that one person that y'all have something in common, or that one something to come and slither their way on up in there. Slither their way on up to you and try to provoke you. See, in this season, it don't matter who it is. Let me tell you, do you know I get attacked left, right, front, back? It don't matter. I ain't going because I said I am who I say I am. I told you I am your coach. I am here to motivate you. I am teaching you how to redirect your mind, redirect yourself. When the enemy come, how to shift it, how to identify it, how to move forward, how to get out of that manipulative, dang, I couldn't even get that out. Manipulative situation, how to get out of that, how to move around, right? I'm teaching you that. So why would I let something that's so vibrational come and affect everything? Because that's all the enemy wants. See, when you go through healing, you will heal, you'll be doing the best of you, you'll be doing great, and then the enemy will come in less than 5 minutes and destroy everything that you built, because he don't like it. It's not about you, he just don't like you. It's not about what you worked on, it's just he just don't like you. See, they say our God is a jealous God. The enemy is jealous. That's who's jealous. See, why would God be jealous of us being ignorant? He teach us. He send the people in to help us. He knows who he is. I am who I say I am. He reaches back. He pulls up. The enemy is jealous when you do not get on the path that he set up for you, the alignment that he set up for you. God don't want you worshiping another God, but the enemy don't want you doing nothing. He's jealous of everything about you. Everything. The way you breathe, the way you smell, the way you get up and say, thank you, God, for allowing me to see another day. The way you say, you allow the spirit of discernment to kick in. He don't like that. He don't like nothing about you. He's sick of you. So everything that you do, he's going to destroy it. So remember, when you heal, it doesn't matter. The enemy will send anyone, a person, or anything, your mother, your brother, your cousin, friends, family. It does not matter, to come in less than 5 seconds to destroy everything that you've built. And you let them. Remember, you're in charge of you. Nobody can do anything to you unless you allow them to, right? If I don't allow you in my space, you can't do nothing to me. I didn't welcome you in. If I don't welcome you in, then you can't bother me. See, everything in your life, you have to welcome it in. Let me tell you something. Let me explain this to you. When you minding your business, like right now, you on this platform, you done logged into this platform, and you minding your business, you trying to see what is Coach Nat talking about. I don't care if y'all looking to see, man, that install is nice. A man, I like her earrings. A man, I like that shirt. A man, I like what she's saying. But at the end of the day, right now, in this moment, you are minding your business over here watching me. Because that's what you want to do. I'm not forcing you to watch. You're watching it because that's what you want to do. Right? You're allowing me into your space. You see? Whether it's going to be negative or positive. You don't know which way it's going to be, but you're allowing me into your space. Now, if you get triggered by something, then that's a you problem, not a me problem, because you invited me in. And that's what I'm trying to explain. When things go haywire in your life, you have to look at, what did you invite into your life? You invited that in. So the best way, instead of getting mad, cussing, fussing, kicking, and all this stuff, kick it out of your life. You disconnect from a thing. You disconnect from that thing. You mind your own business and allow that person to be that. Because one thing about the enemy, they gonna do their job. That the enemy is going to do his job. The enemy gonna cook. The enemy, when I tell you the enemy gonna cook, he gonna cook. He gonna work hard. He is on the road. He is getting paid by the Spirit. Do you understand? Yeah, the enemy hates that. By the Spirit, meaning your spirit, is how he's getting paid. See, he feeds off of your spirit, your energy. That's how we get paid. As long as you pour into the enemy by allowing him in your space to terrorize you, to come between your relationship, friendships, whatever it is, that's how he get paid. That's why he's allowed to travel the world and do what he want to do. Take vacations, show up on your vacation, show up on your wedding day, show up everywhere, because of the fact you give it energy. You feed it. You feed it. And don't come on here talking about some, I pray every day. I'm a Christian. I pray every day. I do this and I do that and I blah blah blah. And there's no way the enemy just follows me just because. Baby girl, you ain't that important. Baby boy, you not important. What makes you that important that you think the enemy just said, oh Lord, let me pick you? No, he picks everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. It does not matter how strong you are in your faith. It does not matter about anything. You are what he need, and you know why he needs you? Because he gotta get paid. In order for him to get paid, he got to get your energy. In order to get your energy, he got to have you minding his business. Meaning, he doing his job. He out here working. He's out here starting fires, starting chaos. You know, got the masses following. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. And here you come. Let me put and mind your business until you ain't right. You need to not do that. You need to not. Now your life is upside down. Turned around. Thank y'all for the like, shares, and the follow. Turned upside down. Snatched to the left. Snatched to the right. All these different things because of the fact you worried about somebody else. Mind your business. Get back over there. God told you to just get up. He told you to intercede. This morning when you got up, he told you to start interceding. See, that was what you were supposed to be doing. So this person wouldn't be going through what they're going through right now because you would have been in your spirit of interceding for that person and whoever else. But you too busy waking up like, hey, let me see if her man cheating on her. Is you crazy? You know how many people I just sit and watch that they talk about a person's relationship. Women, why does that happen? Why do you get in a group? Because you know where I'm going with this. We're about to get into gossiping. Why do women feel the need to get into a group and gossip about somebody else's relationship? Husband or whatever. Hey man, I ain't leaving y'all out because listen, I grew up around nothing but men. I don't have any sisters, so guess what y'all do? Y'all gossip worse than the women. Y'all gossip so much. I started thinking like, wait a minute. I started thinking that, you know, they were wearing the wrong outfits. Like, you know, mama over here working hard, you over here gossiping. Roles need to be reversed. It wasn't until I moved to the South, and when I got around the South, I was around a lot of older men, and I'm just like, well, these is some gossiping jokers. All they did was talk about people, and then I watched them. They don't do the hey, Miss Parker. What they do is, what up, man? You know what? That's what's up. That's what love is. And then they walk away. Look at my two Blue Jays that came back. They walk away. They go about their business, and when they go about their business, then they get back in the group and they start whispering. I can't stand a whispering man. I had a grown man come up to me and whisper to me about somebody else. And I loudly said, I need you to repeat that. I don't do no gossiping with women, so what makes you think I'm about to sit with a grown man and gossip about another woman or a man? I'm not with... Hit him with the nigga. No, I'm not gossiping. Man, sir, I'm not sitting up arguing with a man that got to get the last word. I'm not sitting up going back and forth because I don't do that. I don't even argue with women. I'm not going to be in a relationship with a man that's always trying to start a fight and gossip and this, that. Bruh, you ain't about to lay down and pillow talk with me. I don't care. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bruh, you think that I'm just to lay here and pillow talk with you about your homeboy? Because you hating on your homeboy? And I'm going to be like, yeah, man, you know. No, I'm going to tell you flat out, bruh, you hating. I'm going to tell you flat out. Because that's why I'm not the chick for you. I'm not the one for you. You got to go find you the one for you. So let's talk about gossiping, right? This is how I see gossiping. Yeah, they love pillow talk, but at the same time, let's talk about gossiping. I sit and I watch people. And I watch them gossip about this person. And then they say, well, I have something to say. I'm like, no, I'm good. I won't say it. Well, tell me. I won't tell nobody. The devil is a lie. You're going to tell everybody. What makes you think that I believe that you are gossiping about me? What makes you think anything about what you doing or what you saying gonna make me think you ain't gossiping about me? If a person is gossiping, trust this and believe. You're not that important that a person just only gossip with you. They kill me when they say that. You know, I only gossip with you because I know it ain't going nowhere. I have sat in rooms when they said that and then turned around and told somebody else and then came back and told me exactly what I told them and was like, but don't say nothing. I don't have to say nothing because I'm the one that told you. Is you crazy? That's why I don't get caught up in the mess. And ladies and ladies, if you're sitting around the gossip even though you didn't say nothing, let me explain to you how it go when it get relayed to someone else. So you and Coach Nye, right? Sitting here, you talking about this person, I ain't said a word. But when you go to the other person, or to that person, and say, yeah, me and Nye was saying, Nye ain't said nothing, but that's how it's going to be portrayed. So disconnect from that. Thank you so much. Lulu, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comment. Listen. No. That's how it starts. They'll say me and I never said nothing. And that's how you get caught up in chaos, mess, drama. That's how the enemy will provoke you to get caught up in some things, because gossiping is a thing of it's sorcery. It's witchcraft. Really, tell you the truth, that's what gossiping is. That's what, speaking of the tongues, putting curses on folks. That's what it is. Anytime that you can try to pull somebody down and say something to make them come back down to your level. See, the problem is not you. It's not about who you are and what you are. It's about the fact that you have grown. Your vibration is so high right now, they can't tap into it. So what they'll do is gossip about you. And when they gossip about you, the main goal when a person is gossiping about you is trying to get the masses to believe a story that they created in their minds that was based off an opinion that became fact to them. They made it their truth. So when they spit this, that's with the intent of wanting other people to believe it. But what if I told you the devil is a lie? That the people that sit and listen to this mess and this chaos and this drama and this gossip, the people that listen to that is the same people that don't like you. And guess what? They don't even know you, but it's the spirit that's in you that they hate and despise. See, they don't have to know you. What they'll tell that person, I don't like people like that. It's not that you don't like people like that. You don't like the spirit in people like that, period. So it's not about if they know you or not. It's the fact that they don't like the spirit in you. And you sitting back like, well, what they got to do that with me? Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Jessica, for the follow. Thank y'all for the likes, shares, and follows. So while you sitting over here minding your business, because that's what I teach you guys to do, mind your business. While you minding your business, you got a whole heap of folk. You got a whole group of folk that live in countries and states away from you, sitting around a table plotting and planning against you, gossiping about you, and they don't even know you. They hate you and they don't even know you. Listen, they don't have to be the ones that you grow up with. Why do you think they say blood is thicker than water? Yeah, it's thick. It's thick. It's thick, but the flow and the currency of it does not flow like the water. Do you understand? Meaning that you piss them off, they're going to stop. The flow will get steady. It will stop. You know that conditional love kick in. Mean like, I love you until you don't agree with me, I don't love you. You don't agree with me, I don't love you. You ain't giving me no money, I don't love you. Do you understand? That's what I'm talking about. So what make you think some people that don't even know you and you like, well, I ain't that important. I ain't even got nothing. You got a whole lot. You're rich in spirit. That's why I tell people stop chasing the bag and chase the spirit. Your inheritance is in your spirit, is within your spirit. The bag is only going to get you caught up in the loop of things. Did they say this about me? They talking about me. They doing this. Why they doing this? Get you in the worrying phase. What you worrying for? What are you worrying for? I don't worry about nothing. I ain't worrying about nothing. None. I ain't worrying about nothing. None. Do you understand? And the reason being is because of the fact I know it has nothing to do. Yeah, my house may be bigger than yours. Yeah, my car may be better than yours. Yeah, my bank account may be better than yours. But it ain't about that. It's about the spirit that's in me. The spirit in me. You hate the spirit in me, and ain't nothing I can do about that. I was born with it. It's Maybelline. I was born with it. Don't get mad at me because I was chosen for what it is that I'm doing. What I want you to do is you go to God and say, hey, God, can you bless me with the spirit that she has? But you got to understand, because I'm talking to all my envious folks out there. Speaking to all my envious folks out there. Speaking to all my envious folks out there, see, when you ask to have a lifestyle like me, or ask to be like me, or you want to be like me, or the next person, this, then the third, be ready for the warfare, because I went to war to get here. I did not do anything to get ahead. I didn't give head to get ahead. I didn't step on nobody to get ahead. I didn't do anything. I just did my job, which was minding my business and operating in my purpose. So when you're ready to get where I am, then you have to know you got to go through some things to get here. So you got to lose some things. You got to get talked about. You got to get drugged through the mud. You got to get looked at crazy. You got to, get used so many times. You got to get dumped so many times. You got to get people to pretty much spit in your face. You got to go through it. See, all those things humbled me to be the person that I am today. The wisdom and the knowledge, it was already in me. So when we go through things and we say, well, I need help to get there, like a lot of people need a life coach. They think a life coach is a therapist. A life coach is nothing like a therapist. It's that fine line, and that's why I cut it off, because a lot of people take their life coaches and they run with that, and then they jump their tail over into therapy, which that's not where you're supposed to be. Where you're supposed to be is right here. The reason why it's a life coaching, let me explain something to you, because what we're organizing is within you. Do you understand me? What we're helping you organize is already within you. The creative idea for your business venture is already within you. I'm just going to come and tell you, okay, let's take it step by step. I'm going to need you to pipe down, understand that it's a process. Let's categorize it. What's more of the priority? What's not the priority? Let me get to you where you need to be. That's what it is. Everything is already in you, but do you know how to tap into it? Do you know how to tap into it? What's up, Nina? What up, girl? Do you know how to tap into it? That is the point. A lot of people like, I need someone to push me. Push you to do what? It's in you. You pass a test, you do some stuff. Guess what? That's great. All that person did was make you tap within, to tap into the resources that's in you already. To pass the test, to go forward, to be the best version of you, all these different things, and rah. It's in you. It's nothing nobody is doing out here that's going to make you successful and be who you are. It's in you. You were born with it. If you want to be a multimillionaire, guess what? It's in you. It's not a book out there that's going to teach you how to be a multimillionaire. You can buy these PDF files. You can buy these books. You can buy these ebooks. You can do whatever you want to do. At the end of the day, how they got their millions, it came from within them. It's there. That was their gift. They can tell you the steps that they took to mature their gift, to conjure up their gift, putting the spices in, what other spice I had to put in to do this and make my gift be seen. But your gift is your gift. That your gift is what makes you millions. Not because they were smart, not because they was over here strategically thinking. It's in them. See, when you operate in your purpose, all you got to do is just get up and start moving, right? When you get up and start moving, all of a sudden things happen. Money just shows up. Everything falls in your lap. You ain't got to worry about no doggone, well, I don't know nobody. Who going to help me? Who going to give me my business name? Who going to help me with my license? Who going to help me with this? Who going to help me? It's going to fall in your lap. And fall in your lap, you're going to be like, you know what? This commercial just keep coming on. This keep coming on. Because you ain't listening to your intuition, so God just got to put it out there plainly. And it's like, oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to just try this. No, this is what you're supposed to be doing. This is what it is. This is in you. Don't look at anybody else's success and accomplishment. You don't know what they had to do to get where they are. That's just like if somebody look at Tyler Perry and they like, well, he on Jesse, bought multi-billionaire, he this, he that, he got studios, he got this, that, and the other. He can afford to help people. He can. But why would he? Reaching back does not mean reaching back and saying, hey, this how I got here. No, reaching back is encouraging you that you can do it. Tap in, because it's in you. What he gonna do? Tell you, get in front of you all day and tell you, look at me now. But you see his glory, but his story was he was living in his car. He spent his last little money on this plane. His plays wasn't taking off. Nobody believed in him. His family and them thought he was crazy. He had no gas. He had no nothing. He stepped in his car. He put his last money on that play, and guess what? It took off. It opened the door. And when it opened the door, it was on him to get to where he is. See, when the door opens, right? When the door opens, let's look at your platforms. You know, you guys want to be a content creator or whatever you want to be. I don't know. Maybe y'all want to open up a flower shop. I don't know what you want to do, but whatever you want to do, you have to start from a place of creativity that's within you. You have to mold that thing, figure out what steps you want to do. Some people, they want to open up, for me, a long time ago, I wanted to open up this big old thing, kind of like a Boys and Girls Club way back in the day. And however, I didn't just want to open up the center. I wanted the center to do everything. From tutoring to babysitting, from 24-hour babysitting to, you know. However, it became overwhelming and I stopped because it's just too much. Where do I start? See, I had already tapped in and my creativity told me what I needed to do and wanted to do. And then from that point, the door needed to be open. I went to the business of commerce and we talked about it. We talked about my business plans and doing different things because I needed to know which route am I going to go where, you know, financially. I didn't know. I don't know anything about anything. See, that opened the door. It didn't. Opening the door does not mean I had my millions. No, that opened the door and then that planted the seed. Now, it took me years later. Right? Over 15 years to get to the point of, okay, I understand what it is I want to do. So now I have to start from here. Because even though I want this big old establishment, the right way for me to go was to open the door here. Everything else is an add-on. What I mean by opening the door, I had to step into my purpose and get in alignment with my purpose. Now, the desires of my heart are going to come. God is going to bless me that. But I had to step into my purpose. And in my purpose, I was supposed to teach. I am to teach, right? So I am to teach, mentor, and coach. And in this, that's what I'm doing. And so everything else is going to come because the door now is open. See, now the door is open to all angles for me. So I didn't have to go out and find somebody. I didn't have to go out and put a business plan together. I didn't have to go out and get a loan. I didn't have to go and do anything. Everything fell in my lap because when you tap into your purpose, everything falls in your lap. It just falls in your lap. I don't have to work hard for anything. And I need you to understand, I don't chase a bag. I do not stress. I do not have hard work. I'm telling you, that's a part of the purpose. Your purpose is what you're going to. It's easy work because it's in you. It's who you are. It's not like you're going to be working at all. So some people may look at it as, hey, you working hard. My cousin was like, I can't believe you doing all this. I don't feel like I'm working hard because I'm operating in my purpose and I'm doing what I'm doing. And I enjoy it, right? I enjoy it. So I can do a little here, a little there, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I'm not being bothered. I'm not being stressed. Whatever I want, I tell God, hey, God, okay, this is what I'm ready to do, but I need you to provide. See, I don't have this big thing that I could just go into the Lucky Charms pot, the pot of gold, and say, okay, well, here is here. No, God give me just what I need when I need it. I don't want for nothing. And I'm humbly saying that. I'm not saying it like, oh, beat my chest. Well, I don't. If that's how you take it, then that's a low vibration of you. I'm speaking because I'm operating in my purpose. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I don't have to work hard. So when I tell you guys tap into your purpose, I can't tell you what your purpose is. I don't know what your purpose is. But as a life coach, I can allow you to explain to me the things that you want and the things that you're trying to do and the vision that you have for yourself. And I can help you organize that. So I can understand, by you telling me that, I can understand, okay, what is your passion and what is your purpose? And I can help you separate the passion and the purpose, because passions are things that you pick up along the way. Those are the little gems and things that you pick up along the way. That's why they die out so quickly. You hear people say, I ain't even do that business no more. I just shut it down. I just didn't have a desire for it because it was a passion. So I can help you separate that. Or maybe your passion is something that needs to be done, but your purpose has to be ignited first. See, you have to rekindle what's in you. It was taken from you as a child. See, when they told you, use your imagination. I done did the SpongeBob. Use your imagination. Remember when we was kids? I'm an 80s baby. Use your imagination. Now they tell you use your imagination, right? And they used to say, and then all of a sudden that went away. Don't you be no rainbow kid doing no imagination. No. You either gonna work or you not gonna work. The baby boomers was telling you, hey, you shut up. You think you want to use your imagination. You either going to be, and this is true, you're either going to work for the city by dumping trash because that was big jobs back then. Or you're going to work at a steel mill factory because those were big jobs then. Or girls, you're going to go to school and be either a secretary or a nurse. That is your imagination, and don't be trying to be nobody's supervisor. Is you crazy? So it was taken from you. To use your imagination, which was your creativity, which was something that God placed in you, which was your purpose. See, you were born knowing who you were, but you were told what you were going to be. So you went to these colleges. You did all these things because your parents said, you going to college because I didn't get the education. You going. And then a lot of my friends, yes, guess what? They went to college. They did go to college. They did real good. They graduated. They got their diplomas. They got all these things. And guess what? Ain't none of them working in nothing. One of them went to school to be I took it. I was like, well, what is you, a gym teacher? Like, you went to school for that? But it's okay. Their parents said they needed to go to school. And then on top of that, they hit them with you keep changing your major. You got to be successful. You got to be successful. Well, okay, but at the same time, that's not what they want to do. So they're going to fail at it. Listen, let me explain something to you. You're going to fail at it. If you're doing something that somebody else is telling you to do, you're going to fail at it, okay? It's not going to work well. If you're doing what someone else tell you to do, and that's not a part of your purpose, you're not going to be happy in it, and you're not going to excel like everybody else is excelling. You're not going to be that successful in it. Some people, like me, I had a job that I did. I was good at the job. Guess how I became the best at the job? I added my purpose to it. Because even in the mix of that, I was still helping people. I was still teaching. I learned something, and then I'll go teach it to the next person. Purpose. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, they send us out there. They took the creativity. They took the imagination. They took these things from us and told us what we're gonna be. Now, at our big age, we trying to unravel all this stuff. At our big age, like, wait a minute. Everything I was told was a lie. Wait a minute. Everything. Then you start looking at what's in the Bible, right? Then you start looking at, starting to really read the Bible for yourself. And like, where did these people come up with these terms and these things? Then you start realizing that, these were values and morals that they added to. This is not in the Bible. See what happens when you start to step away and step out of the matrix and say, you know what? Let me tap into me. Let me figure out what's going on. That's what happens. You start to heal and understand that, hey, you can't trust nobody but God. That's it. That is it. And that is all. I'm sorry. This camera, the sun that came out, so I don't know if I got a glare, you guys can see me or not, but yeah, that's what life is. So what is your purpose? What is your purpose? Not what your mama told you to be, not what your daddy told you to be, not because I had kids and I had to drop out and I had to take these jobs. Not that. What is your purpose? It doesn't matter how many kids you have. Let me explain something to you, and I tell people this all the time. I was in the military. I had my oldest son. I was married at the time, but he was always gone. He was a tanker, so he was always gone in the field. So it was like I was a single mom in the military. That's just how it was. So trying to figure it out, I think back sometimes, like, I don't know how I did that. How did I have a kid in the military? Like, this is just crazy. I didn't have a family care plan. I didn't have a family. But through God's grace, I never got hit on that. And then I finally had to leave because that's when I needed family the most, when we were stuck in that cycle of deploying, and it was about to be my third deployment going back to Iraq. And I'm like, wait a minute now. This is too much. It's too much. What do I want to be, a soldier or a mom? Everybody don't have that luxury, but I'm going to tell you, everybody has that luxury. See, I chose that, not knowing what the outcome was going to be, not knowing if I was going to be successful or not when I got out the military, not knowing anything, but I knew I had this kid, and I knew I wasn't going back to Gary, Indiana, so I had to lean on God, and I had conversations with him, and I cried and I snotted and I cried and I snotted, but I had to trust in him. Then me and my husband, we had another kid, and I ended up leaving when the baby was about 4 months old. I'm like, listen, now I'm in another dilemma. I'm out of the military. I'm working now, but I got a 5-year-old and I got a newborn, and I'm going to buy me a new house. I'm moving out of the family home, and the husband and I home, and I'm going to go buy me a home. You know, people looking at me crazy, like, girl, where you getting money from to do all that, this, that, and the third one? They don't understand. I don't know how I'm doing this, but God told me to do it. He told me to apply for it. God, you know I ain't got no money for this, but he told me to apply for it. And somehow it all worked out because I'm obedient. And I raised these 2 boys. And I raised them. I raised them with the mindset of, I can't fail. I can't fail. I know I can do this. I'm bigger than this. I'm supposed to be doing more than this. That imagination, right, that people will call imagination. No, I was activating what was already in me, what was already destined for me to be and do. I was activating it. I just didn't know it yet. And as time went on and time went on, I get frustrated that I still don't have no family around me. I'm still raising my boys by myself. I'm still doing this. I'm getting up every day, even though I'm frustrated, I'm sad. I even took it out on my boys sometime. You know, as a single mom, that happens. But I always knew to come back and say, son, I'm sorry. Just stressed. I'm just stressed. I used to be so bad when I used to smoke cigarettes, right? I used to smoke cigarettes, sit on my patio all day, come home from work. I would cook with no love. It's not that I didn't love my kids. It's just the fact that I am stressed the hell out. And I'm just like, hey, I need to feed my boys. I need to get home, pick them up. I'm already worrying. Get home, feed them, give them their bath, do this, do that, and get ready for the next day because my life is a robot. It's on repeat. Let's go all over again. I'm talking, this is not a woe me because this is every mom that's out there. Life on repeat. So the only time that I had to myself is to sit on my patio. And I used to sit on my patio. And I would smoke my cigarettes and drink my coffee and sit on my patio and do those things. I'm telling you. That was the part that I had. That became my life because that's what the enemy told me. Like, hey, yeah, you're doing good. You're doing good. See, it was more to that. But see, it was something about when I started to heal and I said, I ain't smoking no more. This is dumb, right? This is dumb. Why, why should I be doing this and why should I be doing that? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? And so I began to heal and I began to be a better version of myself. I began to do, things more in a healthier way. Personal training, doing these different things, becoming the best version of me. And guess what? I came out of that on the other side. Now I'm able to help others. I went through these things and I came through these things and I had these things. So Black Cat, we don't entertain that. Y'all don't entertain her. She okay. She's okay. She's okay. She's doing her. Listen, how many times do I have to teach y'all? Nah. Remember I said I am who I say I am. And when I teach you guys that, I know, and I thank y'all for standing up for me. I do, but at the same time, and that's because y'all love me. But listen, when I told you the enemy is going to do his job, okay? We just talked about that. You stepping in, going off on this young lady and getting mad about it. I'm not going to mute her. I'm not going to delete her. I'm not going to do any of that. She is who she is. The enemy's going to do his job to provoke me or do whatever. So in my healing process, I learned that what I went through was to get me ready for this part of life. And this part of life is to operate in my purpose. And operating in my purpose, remember purpose, what will purpose do? Purpose supposed to help. How is it going to affect someone else? And for me to operate in my purpose, that means that I can help the next person heal. I can be a testimony for someone else, because everybody don't deserve your testimony. Everybody's not for your testimony. No one. Hold on, let me go ahead and get her right, because, yeah, leave her alone. Some people just slow, and that's okay. But listen, no, I ain't even block her. I just muted her. I'm sure she'll probably report my page, because that's what they be doing. Listen, some people have mental illnesses, okay? And then you find yourself out here arguing. That's just like you out here arguing with Shamar. You know what I mean? And then and to get off topic, I watch people argue with Shamar, right? And I see people arguing with Shamar. Let me do this. Yeah. Okay, leave it alone. I see people arguing with Shamar, right? And when I see them arguing, I'm like, do they not understand he has a mental illness? Why are they arguing with him, right? So the same thing that I'm saying here. She's going to do what she needs to do. She's going to share the live to other people that's going to come in and do the same thing. And that's okay. They're doing their job. But my job is to stand in my power and just be who I was called to be. I am who I am. I am who I say I am. You understand? So make sure I don't miss nobody. So y'all don't be arguing with nobody. So, and your testimony, when you're telling your testimony, your testimony ain't for everybody. Your testimony is for the people that God is going to bring in your, is going to bring to you. That's what your testimony is for. It's not for everybody, because everybody won't understand. And then when you get to telling your testimony to everybody, then guess what? Thank y'all for the likes, thank y'all for the shares, thank y'all for the follows. When you get to telling your testimony to everybody, guess what happens? Some people will say, well, make faces, do these little things, act like they don't care, blah, 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 and then it discourages you. That's why your testimony, God will tell you when to tell your testimony. He will tell you. And that's what you got to do. I'm trying to get it at a good angle. Okay. Thank y'all for the follow. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the shares. So in this moment and in this season, you guys, we're going to recap. Gossiping, we're not doing that. We're not doing no gossiping. Next time someone come around you gossiping, and that's something that you probably got to heal from, because, some people love a good gossip. I love a good, the sun coming out now. We usually go by the pond, but it's been raining. It's been raining. I'm trying to see if it's still raining out there. It's like, thank y'all for the likes, thank y'all for the shares, thank y'all for the follow. It's drizzling a little bit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I'm about to get back in our message. I was just trying to thank y'all for the likes. I was just trying to find another angle. Great day. Okay, there we go. There you go. There you go. We in there. So listen. So gossiping. When we get off this live, I want you guys to go back in there and say, okay, that person that's gonna come in gossiping like, girl, let me tell you. Go ahead and nip that in the bud. Go ahead and nip that in the bud. Nip it all the way in the bud, because we're not doing that no more. We're not in the season of gossiping no more, because guess what? Please believe the person that's gossiping about you, that's coming to you to gossip, they're gossiping about you too. That one best friend, you like, I could tell her anything, trust and believe, she telling your story too. And when she tell your story, guess how she tell it? So it's this girl I know Gonna describe everything about you to a T so people know that they talking about you, but ain't talking about you, but didn't say the words or the name. No. Now, nip that in the bud. We're not doing that. All this pillow talking, that ain't your husband. Don't be pillow talking with him. That ain't your wife. Don't be pillow talking with her. Because why y'all think when y'all break up, hell breaks loose? Hell breaks loose and they tell all y'all business and y'all sitting back looking like, damn, looking crazy, feeling a type of way, feeling hurt. Because now they put you in a situation that they about to talk about everything that you said about the person because they want to hurt you. Hurt people. And then they'll throw it back in your face and have you looking crazy. You done told them all your business. You done gave them your testimony of why you was homeless. And you know, like, okay, you told them the truth. Like, okay, I ain't pay my bills. And yeah, I cheated. And yeah, I did this to get over. And yeah. But at the end of the day, now when you sitting around, they like, oh, well, people been helping you out, giving you money, but they never knew the truth. It wasn't for them to know the truth. But then now you done told old girl and buddy your real business. Now they gonna put you out on the bus. Now everybody looking at you kind of crazy. Stop telling people your business. That person can't wait to talk to you because they got to gossip. You best believe they can't wait to talk to the next person to gossip about you. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the shares. Thank y'all for the follows. I don't do drama and I don't do mess. I do not do any of those things. Listen, if you coming to me to keep up some chaos and some, if you think that coming over here, you about to have a good time by trying to destroy me or talk about me or gossip, you got the wrong one. You're going to be real bored when you come over here. Only people that understand peace know what it's like to be around me. Thank you so much, Gigi. It is hard to be vulnerable with people, but people that come around me, they're going to know the only people that's going to enjoy being around me is the people that understand what peace is. See, you got to be healed to know what peace is. I thought I knew what peace was. You know what I thought peace was? I ain't going to no clubs and I ain't around no arguing, no rah. That's not peace. That's not peace. What you're doing is living in a healthy environment. That's what you're doing. But peace is when you cleanse yourself completely and disconnect completely from the material world and the materialistic things in life. These things don't carry you anymore. These things don't hurt you anymore. You understand what hurt is. You understood how to heal from those things, and you understood who and why. You have the spirit of discernment now. Now you understand what it means to have the Holy Spirit. Listen, Nina, when you finish reading that book, you're going to have a whole new outlook of this whole Holy Spirit thing. When you understand who the Holy Spirit is and how he operates, because instead of looking at it as a spirit and you look at it as a person, you will clean house. You will clean house. Do you understand? Thank you, spiritual. You will clean house and you will sit here and people that come around you and say, oh no, you too boring. You know, she don't do nothing. Hey, I got a mom that always say, well, Isha don't do nothing. She don't go nowhere. Because I don't gossip. See, she want me to sit at the table and do some gossip. And I don't do no gossip. You know, when my friends, used to be friends, right? They come over and they say, well, okay, y'all bored over here. Your child over here chilling. I just want to go to sleep. They say it makes them want to come in here and go to sleep. Because your spirit has been weary and is tired, baby. That's why you come in here and feel like you want to go to sleep. Because it's peaceful in here. It ain't no reason to be yelling again. What we do is out of love. See, I operate in love, and that's why I tell people you have to follow the love. Follow the love. Where's love? Wherever you are in life, if there's no love there, please disconnect and remove yourself. And when you disconnect and remove yourself, you pray over that thing. So when you disconnect and pray over the situation and pray over yourself, after those people leave, see, here's the thing. When people say, oh, I ain't going to be able to make it. I know you're not going to be able to make it because I already done prayed that God don't allow anything that's not of you in my home. Anything that's not of you, thank you for the follow. I rebuke it right now and cast it in the pits of hell. And if it's not allowed in the pit of hell, I ask that you send it out to dry places that it cannot attach itself to anyone else. You're not allowed here. You may be able to come, but guess what them little demonic spirits gonna be? Sitting on my porch waiting waiting for you because it can't attach to nothing that's up in my home, nothing that I birthed. It can't. See, people only want to believe that when, you know, it happens to them, their testimony. Like, oh, I hear people say that, oh, no. You can demand a thing to be. You can declare a thing to be. I believe that. I am who I say I am. I demand and declare and decree a thing to be. You can sit around my house all day. You think some folks that done came to my home, that's even family, that came to my homes and they spirit was sitting outside like, dang, man, this going to be a long week. And don't let them have to stay a whole week or two. Oh, them spirits got to sit out here, get rained on and everything else for a whole week. 100-degree weather, they get to sit out here because it's not allowed in my home and it's not allowed to attach to anything. Once they cross that threshold, there's no way that you can attach to anything unless I let you in. How do you let it in, Coach Nye? By agreeing to pick up a habit that a person has. See, we ain't gonna do no gossiping in here because I don't do no gossiping, so that spirit can't show up. See, the spirit of the gossiping spirit has to be on you. So if you walked in here without it on you, when you come into my home, there is no gossiping. You think it's a lie, you think it's a thing. That's how you have to declare a thing. You have to speak that thing. You have to call every spirit out by its name. I ain't talking about going to find in the Hebrew books the different names of the demonic spirits. No, call it out by call out the liar. Liar, I rebuke it. Call it out. Anxiety, I rebuke it. Depression, I rebuke it. Chaos, I rebuke it. Confusion, I rebuke it. Feeling the type of way, jealousy, envy, I rebuke it. But the problem is nobody know how to be honest with themselves. Guess what? If you was honest with yourself, we wouldn't have these problems. If you looked in the mirror, just like the young lady that came on here, only reason I blocked her is because of the fact that I wasn't planning on blocking her. But the only reason I blocked her is because now she's sharing. And the reason why she's sharing is because she want more kindred spirits in here. Because immediately she was met and attacked by people that love me. And y'all didn't attack her. Y'all shut it down. So she felt like she was being attacked. So therefore she had to go get more. That's how the enemy works. The spirit works that way. When one spirit show up, it's like, okay, I can't take her down. Go get some more. That's how the enemy works. It brings more and it wants more and it needs more to come up against you. That one person. I'm one person. One person. I'm one person. You can't come up against me. You can't come up against me unless I allow you to. See, the reason why people are on this live, whether whatever it's for, at the end of the day, they're going to get a message that they need. It's not about they just coming on here for the hoops and hollers. No one's going to log on to this and click into this live and say, hey, well, I want to stir up some mess. Well, they have before. Somebody came on here, invited me and tried to attack me. But what I'm saying is, if they like chaos, they won't click in to tune in and listen to this. They're not going to do it because it's not their lane. They don't like it. It's not who they are. People want to be around people that are kindred spirits. And you have a lot of people, and let me explain something else to you. You have a lot of people that just goes with the flow. The ones that I call the people pleasers just go with the flow because of, I want to do this. It's not really who I am, but I want to do this, right? And then you go hanging out with the crowd of negativity. I don't like to say negativity, positive. I like to say desirable, undesirable. You go hang out with the undesirable things and people, but yet your spirit is telling you and it's making you feel a type of way. And then you say, I had a gut feeling and I had known there was a spirit telling you, rescue me. I don't need this. Protect me. Protect me. See, our job is to protect the spirit. They didn't ask to be within you, but you're God's child. They was obedient and did their job. And they showed up. And they did what they were supposed to do. And what they were supposed to do was come in and help guide us and keep us in alignment with God. But since, how y'all do it? What is it? Wait a minute, hold on. Let me do my puzzle. Let me make sure I can do it right. What is it? Clock that T. Listen, I'm too old for this. I don't know. But listen. Their job was to come in, guide us, and keep us in alignment so that we wouldn't be alone. So therefore, they be our comforter. So in the absence of seeing the physical God or feeling like they're not attached to God, they know that the spirit lies within them and they can be connected to that because they know who their father is. But since we don't protect it, we don't feel the spirit. We just sit around like, dang, God, are you there? Have you ever been in that? I've been in that moment of, God, where's you at? I don't feel you. Where you at? He was there. He never left. The problem was I got full. I got full of everything. Everything that's attached to this material world, I got full with. I got full with it. And when you get full, guess what? You can't digest nothing. You just sitting there bloated and feeling a type of way. You get so full, you want to cry. You want to just bend up. It's just too much. Your stomach like, yo, bro, what about me? Look how you disrespected me. But that's the spirit. You can't hear God because you're too full of everything that's going on in the world. You got to disconnect. You have to disconnect. This sun, I don't know if this guy telling me like keep going, because every time that I go, it doesn't matter which part of this house I go to, there's no sun on the side of the right side of the house, I'll go over there, the sun will show up on me. Do you hear me? So I'm appreciative, God. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you, God. But the thing is, you have to know how to disconnect. Know who you are. Stand in that. Stop allowing other people to make you make decisions that are not right for you and is not going to benefit you in the long run. Stop it. Stop it. Listen, I don't want friends that's going to halfway compliment me. I don't want family that's going to look upside my head when you catch them out the side of the eye. They looking at you inside your head, looking you up and down. Friend, I don't want that in my life no more. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect, because I'm not a hater. So why do I want to hang around a hater? Hello? I'm not a hater. Why do I want haters around me? They're going to hate anyway. Thank you for the follow. They're going to hate anyway because there's a spirit in them. But why do I want to be around them and say, yeah, she cool, but she be hating? No, she's not cool. She's not in my circle. She's not my friend. I'm not your friend. Period. Why do you want to be around somebody that halfway compliments you? Or when you're doing something, you call and you want to express yourself in of excitement of, look what I did, look how I did this, and then all of a sudden they just like, yeah, girl, but did I tell you about such and such? Or when you tell them like, yep, oh man, okay. You know what that means? I'm not listening to you. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening to you. Yeah, I can't wait till you done with this. Okay. The whole time when they doing, okay, they rolling their eyes, looking around. We don't know that for sure, but I'm just saying. But why do you want to be around people like that? Why do you want to be around people when you are excited and you create something and they come in to try and poke holes in it? Why do you want to be around people like that? No, we're not doing that. Not in this season. In this season, you're going to start operating in who you are and who you were called to be. You were called to be great because you stepped in your power. So greatness is within you. Do you understand? Greatness is within you. Your purpose is what's going to bring in your inheritance. You ain't chasing no bag this season. You're not supposed to be getting on social media talking about, y'all stay for 5 seconds so I can pay my rent, my light bill, and my, you ain't going to have to do that. You're not doing that no more in this season. See, you don't have to chase a bag. You're going to get creative. You're going to get within yourself that's in your bag, your inheritance. You're going to tap on what... You're going to tap on what's already in you. Tap in on what's already in you. It's already in you. You were born with this. You were made for this. Yes, you keep getting the feeling that you're supposed to be a millionaire and you out here playing the lottery and everything else. But yes, you are destined to be a millionaire. See, this is the thing though. This $1 million that you're going to get, these millions and billions that you're going to get, you're not going to have to say like on the lottery, right? On the lottery, this is what you have to say. You got to sign it because immediately they say, yeah, you won, but you got to get a stake, this much, right? Right off the bat. So, but yet they'll put it out there and say she's a millionaire. You know, she's not a millionaire. She walked away with $300,000. And then they have you feeling like, hey, well, a win is a win. But with your inheritance, see, it's certain things that the government just can't tax. He can't tax wisdom. He can't tax knowledge Do you understand? He can't tax all these things. When you get all the things that belong to you, it's just some things that he can't tax. And that's what makes you rich. See, I'm worth more than millions just by me. I am the product. Yep, I said it. I'm the product. Yep, she said it. You're the product. You are the product. So you're going to let somebody shut you up? You're going to let somebody make you feel like or hurt your feelings because they don't agree with what you agree with, and they like, why is you out here speaking? Why is you the product? You are the money maker. They can't tax that. But because you don't believe in yourself, right? You don't believe in yourself. Because you grew up in a time where, everybody told you to shut up. So you hadn't healed yet. There was a reason why they told you to shut up. Because just like Mary knew who she was carrying. She knew she was carrying Jesus. She knew she was carrying greatness. Your mother knew she was carrying greatness. Your mother knew what she was about to produce. See? John's mother knew what she was going to produce. So your aunties knew what was your mother was carrying. That's why they treated her so bad. That's why she didn't eat half the time. She was hungry and they would talk bad about her or whatever. That's why she was overworked while she was pregnant. But you see, you were not supposed to be here. That's why I need you to understand. You were not supposed to be here. See, greatness is within you. Everybody sees the greatness within you before you see the greatness within you. Because you got to remember, Jesus was a kid. He was a baby. He did kid things. He was mischievous. He did little things. They off, traveling back. And they was like, oh, Lord, where's Jesus? Let's go back and get him. Because he's in the synagogue doing whatever it is that he wanted to do. But at the same time, he knew it was something he was supposed to be doing. But they told him, you're a child. You can't be up in here. Why is you so wise? Why is this kid so wise? But his hour hadn't come yet. But he was still being a kid because he was showing them. But guess what they did? They shut him down. Like, hey, the mama had to go in there. You know how we do. Snatch kid, get him out to say, get your boy. Do you know how far it was that we done walked already? Your daddy's sandals done wore out. The soles of the sandals done wore out. Now we gotta give him some more sandals. Go get that camel. Get that camel foot. You know what I mean? So it's just like in that they knew it was greatness. They knew. That's why he had to let Joseph know, look, they're going to stone my baby girl because I chose her to carry greatness. So I need you to get on board and I need you to back her. And he did that. He did that. He said, go left, he went left. Go right, go right. Listen. He's greatness. He was born, some say in a barn, some say out there in the wilderness with the animals. It doesn't matter. He wasn't born like royalty. He wasn't born like royalty because they hated him before he had even come into this world. They hated him before he came into this world. Royalty was not treated like royalty. So what makes you different from everybody else or from Jesus? See, Jesus was born into this world. Yeah, he was conceived without, from the dad's parts. However, he was human just like we were human. He had a mission just like we got a mission. But somehow the Bible stopped teaching after so many years. They just like, listen, the Bible gonna stop here. The prophecy ends here. Everything else is just blah, blah, blah. They just stopped writing the Bible. It just wasn't important no more, right? So the point I'm trying to make is, just like Jesus was born with greatness, you were born with greatness too. It's just, how do you tap into it? That's why when Jesus came, he was teaching about the kingdom of God is within you. I got to stand up because that dang gone son is just like, look, sis, we want to doggone play. So that's why. I don't like that son. That's stupid. That's why greatness is within you. I don't want to go inside because my mom, she trying to watch Beyond the Gates. That's what I need to be in there watching. But yeah, he had to teach him, like, go within. That's why he will always say go within. That's why he would always go preach at the mountaintop and, and he would go meditate. He talks about meditating. He talks about all these things. He does. He talks about all these things. And the reason why he talks about all those things is because he's letting you know that, hey, go within, go within, go within you. Go within and find the greatness within you, and that is where your inheritance lie. I'm sorry. I know y'all tired of me moving this camera around. Go within. And that's that. That's the end of it, right? Once you go within, God's going to do the work. All you got to do is surrender. Okay? That's what I want y'all to understand. All this extra stuff that we got going on in this world, y'all got to be tired. Y'all got to be so tired of trying to catch up, right? We were not born to be in poverty. We were not created to just suffer. We were not created to be in a place that this is all it is. That's it. Hey, Chopper, what's up? We were not born just for that. We were born for much more. It's time to change the world. Are you ready to do your part to change the world? Are you ready to do your part to change the world? Are you? Are you willing to put in the work to change the world? See, I used to think, I always knew I was supposed to change the world, even as a little girl. God, and I'm still not going to say it. I still won't tell people what God showed me, because I always think about when he went to his brothers and said, I had a dream and I was in the robe and I was in charge, and they sold him off to slavery. Yeah. Hey, Chapo, thank you so much. Thank you so much. But at the end of it all, the point that I'm trying to get to you is, just because you're one person, yes, you can change the world. You got to change your portion. So the longer you take to heal, you're holding up. Let's say that I'm waiting on you to step in your purpose because I can't elevate to the next level until you step in, because I need you so that we can get to a certain place, to a bigger stage, national, so we can be able to speak, heal, and teach. But yet you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in yourself. And they say, if God will use somebody else, if you won't do it, yeah, he will. But God felt that I was just so important, that I was the only one to do this job, that he never took that from me. He was patient with me to help grow with me. And every turn that I made that was wrong, he was right there to put me back in alignment with my path, to get me going. He did that for me. God did that for me. See, he could have took it and said, okay, somebody else do it. But no, he knew how important my generation, my bloodline, how important my bloodline is to the cause, to the purpose, to the overall being of this world, that he allowed me to still stand in it and do it. He did that for me. He did that for me. And I'm so thankful, like, God, I'm so glad that you didn't let me go and just say, you know what? Nah, I ain't going to worry about it. I'll wait for your sons to do it. Because all I was supposed to do is open the door. My boy's going to take it over. And it may not even be my boys. It may be their kids or their kids' kids. But at the end of the day, I opened the door and I broke generational curses. So therefore, whenever God come back and use my bloodline again, they won't have that curse of feeling like they can't make it, the defeat, the self-doubt, the anxiety, being afraid, don't know what to do. I ain't got no money, doubtfulness. They won't have those issues because of the fact I broke that curse, and I taught my boys that, hey, anything is possible. You guys can take care of yourself. You're going to be self-sufficient. You're going to be a great husband. You're going to find good wives, because they don't know anything outside of a good wife, because I'm a wife. I'm not a girlfriend. That's why it doesn't work. Anybody that try to date me and put me as a girlfriend, like, okay, I hit her up here and there. No, it's not gonna work. No, I'm not gonna obey this. They tell me, you don't listen. I sure don't listen. I don't. I'm not girlfriend material. Doesn't mean that you got to meet me and marry me today. It's just, that's what it is. Some men, guess what, man? Y'all ain't having the best luck of dating because y'all not boyfriends. You're not a boyfriend. You're a husband. And so whenever you get to acting, they treating you like a boyfriend, like you don't even know how to stoop to that level. Like, how do I get to that level? You got to learn. Like, it's the hardest thing trying to be a boyfriend or a girlfriend. It's the hardest thing. How can I be a boyfriend or a girlfriend? I don't even know. That's weird. Like, I'm supposed to sit. Okay. I got to sit. Okay. I got to sit like, okay. And I just got to, okay, when you call me, when you feel like it. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And shut up. That's not how to go. I'm a wife. I'm going to handle my business. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. But I'm not just to sit around and wait on nobody. And bringing it back, as I always talk about, they are games. That's because that's what they're kids. Relationships are for kids. Relationships, meaning dating and all that, is for I don't even know why I picked up the whole camera to walk. But relationships, dating is like what high schoolers do. That's what high schoolers do. And then adults, they feel like, yeah, I ain't gonna call him if he don't call me. Yeah, man, I ain't gonna talk to him. I'm gonna let a sweat chase me. Well, let the chasing begin. Thank you, Eugene. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for the follow. Thank y'all for the shares. Yeah, you listen. You ain't got to chase nobody. Do you understand me? And women, if you out there chasing men, trust me, I did it. I did it. But let's not get it twisted, though. Let's be 100% clear. It wasn't on purpose. I just didn't know I was chasing. Hey, William, welcome back. I just didn't know I was chasing. You know, I didn't know. I was confused because, like I said, I'm a wife. So all the little games that was being played, it was going over my head, and I was trying to figure out what is happening. Okay. When we hanging out, you treat me this way, you act this way, but when you away from me, it's like, you know, you don't know me or something, like, right? And I had to figure out what the hell, Yoko? He finds a good thing, right? So I'm just sitting there like, well, what you want me to do? And then I realized, you know, the aha moment. Oh, he's keep breadcrumbing to keep me hooked enough that I won't say screw you, but it'll keep him feeling good about himself because it's like I'm constantly coming. So, okay, he likes to chase. Oh, okay. He likes to chase. We talked about masculine and feminine energy. It's probably going to offend some people. I don't really care. But like I told the guy, I said, I'm not a lesbian. I'm not in a lesbian relationship. So if you want to act like a female and do female games, I don't do those things. You have to find you someone else to play with. And in that conversation, dead that relationship and be done with it and move on about your life because of the fact these are the games that you don't play. I am a wife. I don't play games. If I got to figure out what's going on, then hey, this is not cool. I'm not doing that. And it's okay. So equally yoked relationships, it's not about what this person got or what that person got. Equally yoked relationships is pretty much that you're operating in your purpose, I'm operating in my purpose. Our purpose meaning that you're doing your Father's business. So it does not mean that you have to have the same amount of money as I have. It does not mean it has to have the same this, that, and the third. You got a house, she got a house, or whatever the case. What it means, hey, baby, what it means is that you're operating in your purpose, doing whatever God told you your job was to do. I'm operating in my purpose. When we're operating in purpose, we are equally yoked. Okay? Operating in purpose. So you guys can have the same religion you want and doing the same job. That does not mean you're equally yoked, because are you doing your Father's business? Because at the end of the day, everything we do has to bring glory to God. Everything that we do, thank you so much. Everything that we do has to bring glory to God. So is it bringing him glory? Your mate is a helpmate. That's why Eve was created, to be a helpmate. Equally yoked. You rocking, I'm rolling. Meaning that I already understand the task at hand. I understand what my job is. So I'm going to do my job. You're going to do your job. And we're going to come together and God's going to get the glory. However, that's my breakdown of equally yoked. Other people may look at equally yoked as totally different. So you have to figure out what it means to you. Because I've heard some pastors preach about what equally yoked was. And I'm just like, what I took from that is manipulation. Because if I can manipulate the woman, because found out that he was dealing with a woman in the church that wasn't his wife or whatever, and then it made sense that what the conversation he said, it made sense for the relationship he was in. Long story, I don't get off into it, blah, blah, blah. So you have to look at what is the motive behind when someone is explaining the meaning of something. Thank you guys for the share. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the shares. Thank y'all for coming in. I really enjoyed myself today. Even with being brought in. I hope that answered your question. I hope that answered your question. But yeah. So in this season, you guys, I just want to see you win. I don't know you. I don't know you, and I genuinely love you. And the reason why I genuinely love you is because that's what I create. I operate off love. That's the highest frequency of all. God, love is God. God is love. That is His name. That is who He is. So therefore, when I do those things, I don't look at what you can do for me to love you, because it's unconditional love. I don't look at, well, I don't know you good enough to love you. No, love is not supposed to have that type of feeling and emotion to it. Love's supposed to be just what it is. It's genuine. It's truth. It's kind of like if you're telling a story and you're telling the truth. That's what love is. It's supposed to be like a form of truth. It just is what it is. You're supposed to exude that. Your aura is supposed to be that. The meaning that if I see you struggling, I help you. That is love. I'm showing you love. If I see you hurting, I come and pray for you. That is love. I'm showing you love. I'm not looking at you and looking at your situation and saying, oh, well, I'm judging you or doing these different things. What I'm doing is giving you love. That's it. That means that when I show up, I'm not going to ask you, how did you get here? I'm going to give you love. If you reach out to me and you DM me or whatever the case are, you book an appointment with me, however it go, I'm going to lead with love. And when I tell you guys, you lead with love and only follow love. If love is not there, you disconnect. Period. You don't stay anywhere where there is no love. Love does not mean, and in y'all relationships, y'all equate love to what you can do for me until you don't. Now, let me explain that. You get with a person, they like, oh, no, I ain't no gold digger, I ain't no this, you ain't got to do nothing for me. We can go to McDonald's. We can go do this. Thank you for the gift. Thank y'all so much. We can go do this, and I love you, you love me. I love you, you love me. Da-da-da. But then, when y'all break up, it's F you, I don't care about you, and I'm going to take you to court, get all your money, and I'm going to take this from you, and I'm going to take that from you, and blah, 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 blah. Well, how's that love? You had a motive all along. You had a motive before you even started that relationship. See, the thing is, you don't know you had a motive, but you had a motive from it because you already went in like, hey, if this person hurt me, I'm telling you right now, they're going to feel it. See, a lot of people, it's called phobia. Being afraid of love. Being afraid to fall in love. Phobia. And they have that. And when they say that, when they go in with stipulations like, listen, I love you, but if you hurt me, I'm telling you. See, I'm not fit to do any of that. I'm not fit to tell you if you hurt me. Because I'm not going to do nothing to you. I'm not going to take anything from you. I'm not going to drag you through the mud. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to tell my story and tell my truth. Because it becomes a testimony. And once I tell the testimony, I could care less about you. It has nothing to do with you. Right? I'm not going to come chase you down. You hurt my heart. You did this, that, and the third. I've learned to look at things as things happen, and it happened for a reason. I'm so big on when people do something to me to go within. You would think that people would think I go into solitude. It's not that I go into solitude. I go into a state of like I'm learning. I go into the state of, okay, this happened to me. It's making me feel this way. I don't like this feeling. And the reason I'm feeling this way is because this happened. How did I get here? Not the whoa me, I can't believe and they did this to me, I'm tired of being treated. No. How did this happen? Okay. Let me go ahead and lock that up. What's up, Christian? Christina, what's up? Thank you for the follow. Hold on, let me make sure I miss nobody. I think love can be holding someone accountable too. Yeah. How do you hold someone accountable, but still led with love? I'm doing good, baby girl. So my thing with accountability, this is what you have to learn about accountability. Accountability, forgiveness, accountability, that is for self, right? You hurt me. How can I hold you accountable for anything? And you telling me you didn't do anything wrong? How can I force you to be accountable for something? I can't. I cannot. You will be angry, upset, mad, running into walls and everything else, getting angry and angry more and more. You talk to, how many of y'all done talk to y'all significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend? I'm old, baby. Boyfriend, girlfriend, and they lying. You done caught them in the lie, and they steady telling you they didn't do nothing wrong, and you trying to hold them and make them accountable, and they just won't be accountable. And you find yourself even more mad. Now you want to hit them. Now you want to fight them. Because you're trying to force this person to do something that they don't want to do. Accountability is for you. Be accountable for you. Be accountable for why did you stay that long knowing that the man was or the woman was cheating. You be accountable to how did this person get into your life because you let him in. How about you forgive the fact that you allowed yourself to fall victim for this thing again? He or she is going to do what they know how to do. That is their job. I told you, let the enemy cook. No matter what you do, no matter how much you pray, no matter what you do, the enemy is going to still be there trying to knock you off your block. That's his job. Let him cook. How about you focus on your job? You continue to keep yourself prayed up. And the reason for the prayer, you get up every morning and you pray and you're blocking it out, is because you're protecting yourself. And if you're protecting yourself, that means that you got your mind focused on God. And if your mind is focused on God, that means it's focused on love. And if it's focused on love, then therefore you ain't worrying about nobody and their drama and their mess. You could care less about what they got going on because you are so focused on you. You don't care nothing about what nobody else got going on. Period. That's what I talk about when I say with your healing. Start focusing and working on you. It ain't about nobody else. They're not important. They're just NPC characters in your story. You're the main character. How you gonna let somebody else write your story? Why would you want somebody else to write your story? Why would you want somebody else to narrate your story? This is your story. You're in charge of this. You're the author. You can turn it any way you want. You can turn your life to be whatever you want it to be. But if you keep allowing disrespectful people that's not like your kind and of God into your life, they will begin to write your story. Hey, boo-boo, they will begin to write your story. And then you got to live that story, because remember, it's your story. So whatever you write, you live. But when you let somebody else come in and create it, then you start living that story, and you start operating in ways that you don't know. Haven't you been in a relationship that you don't drink, but all of a sudden this person, now you drinking? Hey, Brenda. Hey, Whitley. What up, country boy? I'm sorry, country boy. I didn't mean to press invite. I'm sorry. So why you want your story to be written? You want somebody to come in. Listen, let me explain something to you, because I've done it too. I told you I'm very transparent. I've dated guys that ain't got a pot to piss in themselves, and I allowed them into my life. Can't even pay a light bill, let alone buy me a snack. They probably can't even go to the corner store and, wait a minute now. You got flies flying around me now. Y'all about to see this wig come off. But listen. Can't do nothing for me. Nothing for me. Ain't never done nothing for me. And I allowed them to write my story. Guess what I was? Depressed. I was depressed. They had me stressed out, depressed, looking crazy, worried, wondering. Thank you for the follow, ladies. Worried, wondering how, when. Praying to God, God, make it better. And God, the whole time I'm like, God, why you not hearing me? I want to wake up and feel better. Well, change your mind. Change your story. What you see is what you process mentally. So if I see nothing but chaos, then that's what I'm about to process. If I see the disrespect, I'm about to process it as disrespectful. And oh, by the way, he must be cheating. He must be doing this and this, that, and now they're using me. Now this. You see how all those attachments come? And I'm starting to process, and then I believe what I process. And when I believe that all the negative things, and I process that, and I start to believe that, then that becomes my story. Now I operate. Now I act according to what I process. Fighting, arguing, screaming, yelling. You see how he quickly came into my life and changed my story? No. I love him, but do I let him move in with me? Well, if you asking that question, nope. Hey, boo. Nope. Listen, whenever you have to ask that question, that means that maybe it's some more thought that need to be put into it. I'm not a relationship coach. You know what I mean? I only tell you guys my story, my testimony. I'm telling you, this is my testimony, and I'm very transparent. Because in order for me to be as successful as I am in everything that I do, right, I had to go through some things. And when I went through some things, I found that the stuff that I was going through had nothing to do with it had nothing to do with me. It had everything to do with, I'm about to run into somebody that's about to have the same problem, and I need to teach and heal and mold them, and give them the words of encouragement, give them my testimony, because they're not as strong as I am. They may actually go walk into traffic, but for me, I was able to walk through the storm. I was able to walk through the fire. So now I got to teach them how to look at it just like this. The fire is an illusion. The storm is an illusion. It's the enemy painting the storm to be bigger than what it is when it's really just drizzling outside. So that was my job, and that's how you have to change the way you think, how you process it, and then therefore you can go defeat the lion. You cannot go into the jungle defeating the lion with the mindset of, oh man, it's going to eat me. No, you go into the jungle saying, I gotta survive. And when you say survive, you don't live a life of lies. Hey baby. Hey pretty. That's my friend. That girl drive trucks. I'm proud of a pretty girl too. Go on, girl. Proud of you. So for me, I'm going into the jungle and I'm coming out. I'm not coming out on a lie of saying, well, I'm gonna trick the lion, and I'm gonna have him thinking this and that, and then therefore he won't eat me. He'll eat the person next to me. No. You gonna get ate. You gonna get ate, boo boo. You're gonna get ate. Okay. You're getting eaten. They're going to eateth, ofeth, youeth, tonighteth. But if you go into that jungle with that lion knowing that, okay, this is a lion, this is an animal. I am human. God gave me authority over this animal. So therefore, I have to use what's in me and what I know to defeat that. This thing is not smarter than me. God gave me dominion over this thing. I tell this what to do. Let's go. Guess what that lion's going to do? Obey. Because of the fact you're not showing any fear. So since you're not showing any fear, then how can he intimidate you? Same way with the enemy. How can he intimidate you? He'll keep coming and keep coming and keep coming, but you ain't moving. You ain't doing this. Hold on, let me catch up on some invites. I know I need a bullhorn, Jay. You welcome, pretty. Yeah. What you do is let God order your footsteps. Yes, he has to flee. You command and demand a thing, and it shall be. And that's that. Listen, one thing I ain't gonna do is come on here and tell you no lies now. I told y'all I only come on if I feel the need that God is telling me to come on. I don't come on here just to come on to say, hey, look at me. I don't do that. That's not who I am. I don't have a conversation. I'm not much of a... Listen, it was at one point in time, I'm not talking. Like I said, my friend was telling me, like, man, to see you now speaking when you were so shy. It's not that I was shy. It's just nobody will understand what I'm speaking. And for a lot of you, it's time for you to start speaking. Get on your platform and speak. Yes, they treated you a certain type of way when you first tried to speak. Yes, they did. Thank y'all so much. Wait a minute, y'all. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the shares. Thank y'all for the follows. I have 205 people in here. I am so grateful and I'm so thankful. Thank you. 213. Keep counting. Y'all, come on in. Let's talk about it. But people were shutting you down. Uh-oh. Let me see, Brenda. The devil can only do what we allow him and his followers. Amen. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you so much for the follows. Thank y'all so much. Come on, let's get it. You know, as you were coming up, people shut you up and shut you down and made you feel like you were stupid, like you couldn't talk. And now when you talk, you kind of stutter a little bit, or because they never made you feel like you could speak, you know, it comes out, but it's like it comes out like you're not sure of what you're trying to say, right? And when it comes out that way, it causes you to feel self-conscious, and I don't have the confidence, low self-esteem, all these type of things. See, that's what the enemy do. Those are all tactics. Those are all spirit. Get rid of them, because the problem was you were talking to people that didn't understand the purpose that's within you. There go my red robins. I'm telling you, man, I get nothing but red and blue robins coming on this porch or either by the pond when I'm on live talking to you guys. That's it. But the point that I'm trying to get to is the crowd you were speaking to was low vibrational. They would have never understood what you were saying anyway. So of course they made you sound like you don't know what you're talking about. Of course they made you look crazy. Of course they made you feel a type of way. Of course all these things happen. Why not? because you're making them look dumb. Okay? Whenever you make the enemy look dumb, then they come with the tactic of wanting to fight. They come with rage. They come with anger. They come with all these tactics of wanting to fight you. And you like, I ain't even did nothing. Like, what did I do? Then you find yourself trying to explain yourself to that person. No, you don't explain yourself to that person. You said what you said, and you stand on that. Now get out here and open up. Get on that stage. Speak. Say what it is you got to say. Because it ain't about you. Look, it's not happening to you, nothing that you do. It's happening through you. And since it's happening through me, guess what? I get to encourage you. This is not a me experience. I'm telling you. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I'm telling you. This is not just a you thing. This is not a you thing. This is a bigger than you, sweetheart. This is bigger than you. This is so bigger than you. Y'all, thank y'all for the like, shares, and follow. Listen, I am having a full moment right now. I am having a full moment. Let me explain something to you. When I first started, I wasn't good at speaking because I was worried about what people would think. You know, am I talking right? Do I sound right? Do I sound stupid? Do I do this? Do I do that? And I felt the type of way. So I remember I first hit live and I had one person on. And I thought I had one person on. I really did. I thought I had one person on, but I didn't. I had me and myself on because I was logged in on my computer as well. So I'm like, okay, I didn't get discouraged. And then the next day I realized, wait a minute, the one person is me. So I kept talking and I kept talking and I wanted to give up. I wanted to quit. I wanted to just stop. I'm not lying to you. I just wanted to, like, this is crazy. Then I got 4 people. And then when I got the 4th person in there, I had like my big sister. She's my big sister. She was in there and she encouraged me. She gonna encourage me. It don't matter what I'm doing. I don't care if it's the best peeing contest. Guess what? She gonna cheer me on. So she was there, and then somebody came in trolling and was like, blah, 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 shut up. What are you talking about? See, that's what I was scared of, right? I was nervous of those things because that's what I felt that the enemy was going to do, and that's what kept me from speaking. But so he showed up, the enemy showed up and was like, hey, no, you trying to speak now, so let's fix that. So she immediately jumped on them, just like you guys did earlier. Immediately jumped on there, and I'm like, okay, I don't like this because I'm still learning how to do stuff. And so I'm like, no, it's okay, right? So then boom, we get forward. Now I start getting 6 people. Then I start getting 10 people. Then, you know, I would stay in the teens and I'd be happy about that. And then I got in the 60s, and one time I got in the hundreds, almost 200 for a moment, and then it just went away, right? All these things, right? So then I noticed that when I be at certain places and I get a lot of followers. When I talk about certain things, I get a lot of followers. And I got stuck on the following, like, well, how do I get my content up? See, I got out of alignment, and this is what I tell you guys. Whenever you get out of alignment, things happen. So instead of me, and I was still doing my Father's business by speaking on the things that he wanted me to speak on, it's just that my mindset changed to how do I connect with the followers. So, and you know, the viewers and things like that. I got out of alignment because that's his job. He just basically had to tell me, this is my job. I need you to do your job. I'm going to make everything and the people that need to come. That is my job. I gave you the gift. I told you to activate, and then boom. So to see, just like we just had what we got, it's just so funny. We got 114, but we had 213. And it was like, oh, wow. To see that, you know what I mean? And not make it about me. And that's why I've been teaching you guys about followers. He laid that on my heart. Thank you, Chapo. He laid that on my heart, that don't worry about that. And it wasn't just for me laid on my heart. What he laid on my heart was for you guys to understand, for y'all to operate in your purpose. It's not about any of this. It is about you doing your job. Thank you so much. It is about you doing your job. And your job is to be the vessel. And while being the vessel, he's going to have you do what he needs you to do. Okay? Okay, Brenda, let me see. Amen. So in these times that we are going through, and in the time that it is time for you guys to start operating your purpose, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Did I say that right? See, I'm not from the South, but I live in the South, so I don't have the accent. I don't have the accent at all. I'm talking about, it was a girl talking to me. She from Memphis, and she was standing right next to me, sweetheart. No lie, no lie. She was standing right next to me, and this baby was having a whole conversation, and I could not comprehend nothing that she was saying. And it's not that she was talking nonsense, it's their accent is so thick and they talk so fast and they just put all the words into one. So here's a sentence. Hi, my name is Coach Nye. And they is how They just said the whole thing. It's like, what? They just put it all together. What? Did you just growl at me? What is happening? I just don't know. I just don't know, you know. Hey, Picasso. I'm so glad you joined. But yeah, so with all that being said, you guys, so it's time for you to operate in your purpose. Speak. Don't worry about it. Guess what? Speak. Just speak. Whatever is laid on your heart to talk about, speak it. But speak from truth. Speak from truth and allow people to follow in love. People that are going to follow my content, my platform, is going to follow me with love. Why are they going to follow me with love? Because I exude love. So when I say follow with love, why wouldn't the followers follow me? They're following the love. Not the fake love. Not the love of, conditional. Until she say something I don't like, I'm out of there. No. Say something that you feel is out of line. Inbox me. Have a conversation with me. Don't come yelling at me now. But no, lead with love. In order for us to grow, you have to lead with love. Gently guiding. That's what the Bible says. When you're guiding the Christians, don't turn them away. Don't do this. Don't do that. Everybody like to love and just throw their opinion on it. It said basically to guide gently. Correct gently. So if you're doing something that's crazy and I feel like it's going to be a danger to you, I'm going to have a conversation with you. I'm not going to have a direct. I'm going to have a conversation. We're going to converse. And the reason why we're going to converse is because I need to know where you're coming from. Because for every action, there's a reaction. So why did you react that way? You reacted that way because of an action. So let me help you get that and express it. Thank you so much. And thank you for the gift. Thank y'all for the gift, the likes, the shares, the follows. Listen, we got 21.1K likes. Thank y'all so much. But listen, so you have to be able to have a conversation and guide people gently. Don't make everybody run away, and stop inviting people to your little church, right? Now, I ain't saying it like that, but I did say it like that. And the reason why I said it like that is because you can't be out here cutting up and acting a fool, right? And then you should come to my church. You just ran them off by the way that you act because you led from a place of dysfunction. I watched a man call himself correcting someone. And he condemned him to hell now. Condemned him to hell pretty much with everything that he did. Like, everything you're doing is wrong. You're going to hell. You're going to hell. And that may be so. That may be so. But because you didn't do it gently to help guide that young man, you're going to bust it wide open with him. Now, and then you tell him, I'm sorry, y'all. I want you to come to my church. So he can get attacked by everybody just like you. You don't go around representing a church. Represent the God that's supposed to be in you. Represent the love that's supposed to be within you. If there's love in you, then you represent that. You represent that. You represent that. Okay. Thank y'all for the follows. Thank y'all for the shares. Thank y'all for the like. You know, a church, being invited to a church, that building, that place, the building that you are trying to invite people to because you are the church, right? Oh, yes, exactly, Picasso. Thank you, Kev, for the follow. But listen, that place that you go to worship, when you describe that place, stop describing it as the church. My church is that you are the church. So when you're describing what your church is like, you're describing you. The building that facilitate the worship, right? That facilitate this worship embodies you, the next person, the other person, the other person. So if I see ugly, how is God sitting in that building where it's supposed to be facilitating the worship? Let that sink in. So the next time when you start inviting people to church, it's about you. How are you inviting them? What energy are you standing in? Because that's what you're representing. Y'all sending folks away. We got to be here to pick each other up, pull each other together, this, that, and the third. That's why people run it so much. People run it so much. I cannot sit here and tell you guys to do something, but yet I'm over here doing something or doing whatever I want to do. You know, a lot of people run off titles. I'm just Coach Nye. I speak from a place of my experience, what I love, and who I know to be true as my God. Does not mean that I'm somebody's pastor, deaconess, minister in the ministry, or, you know, evangelistic. All of us are evangelists, really, tell you the truth. Ministering. Anyone in the ministry, anyone that sit and can have a conversation about our Father and teach them about the goodness and the testimony, then therefore you are ministering to someone. But I stand on what my purpose is. My purpose is to teach you love, how to love yourself and heal and operate in your purpose. That's what I stand on. That's where my skills lie. That's what I'm good. I'm good in other things too. Like, I'm well-rounded. So, however, I'm never going to get out of alignment and start teaching you something that's not what's in alignment for me. That's not my alignment. I'm not in alignment with that. This is what I'm in alignment with. Other things may come, and that's why I always tell people, just because you have the knowledge don't mean to put your big mouth and get out there and start spewing things out. Sometimes it's just for your back pockets, because sometimes when I'm on my live, people ask me questions. And since they ask me questions, I can guide them gently on the knowledge that I found out, and I can teach them that, versus them going out trying to find it from somewhere else, that's another platform that's teaching from a place of hurt. See, a lot of us try and teach love, peace, and happiness, but we're teaching it from a place of brokenness. How can I teach you love from a broken place? How? If I'm hurt and I done went through a breakup, I didn't heal, I just said, okay, I'm over it, but I never really healed. Now when I get up here and teach you about this relationship, how to give over a relationship, I'm going to tell you everything that worked for me, but I didn't heal. So I'm going to teach you from a broken place, and I'm going to tell you, nope, what you do is you get with somebody else and you go do them, and you know, and don't think about it. Just go get you another dude, go get you another woman, go get you this, whatever, go focus on your money, get your money up. No. That's not what you do. No. I mean, no. I need you to go close that gap. I need you to understand that that person hurt your feelings and you're crying, you're sad, and yeah, it hurt, your heart hurt. But I need you to go within and say, okay, how did I get to this point? How did I allow somebody to hurt me so bad that I can't eat, I can't sleep, I can't think? And every time you turn around, I'm on the toilet because my stomach hurting so bad. You on the toilet and ain't nothing but water coming out because you done let everything, you done lost everything behind this person. Huh? That's what I want you to go talk to. The thing that you attach to this person to allow you to do that. And 9 times out of 10, you got so much love to give, right? You the one that love, you got all this love to give, and you wanted to give it to somebody, and you gave it to them. Thank you for the gift. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the shares. And the reason why you gave them so hard and gave them all that love is because you were lacking love. You wanted that love. You wanted somebody to love you so much, so you love that person so much. So let's trace that. Why do you want love so much? In what area? Okay, in this area. You like to be hugged. You like to be cuddled. You like to be told that you're appreciated. You like to be acknowledged. You like all these things, these different things. These are the things that you want, right? These are the things that you need to make you feel good. But why do you feel like you need that? You know, most people that I coach, it goes back to they didn't get it from their mom. They didn't get it from their dad. They didn't get it. And they longed for that. And so what they did, since they didn't get it, and they don't know how to receive it anyway, because you never received it, so you don't know how to receive it anyway, you'll go find someone. They're not even your match, but you'll make them your match. They're not even your person, but you'll make them your person. You see all the flaws in them and you saying, well, they'll do. I mean, they do a little stuff I don't like, but they'll do. Because you got all this love and you want to give it to somebody. And it's not that you got love that you want to give. What you got is an absentee of love, and you want the love. But so instead of knowing how to receive it, you're giving what you want, and then you give it to that person. And when you give it all to that person, now you're sick because they left you. They never loved you. You probably, and let's go a little bit deeper. You probably never gave them a chance to love you. You probably controlled the whole situation of how they are to give you love. So sometimes it's not that it's the person is a bad person. Sometimes it's us. Since we never had love before, we want to control how we're supposed to receive love. Because a book told you the 5 love languages, and thank y'all for the follow, thank y'all for the like, shares, and follows. Because the 5 love language book told you it got to be either through affirmation, physical touch, and then y'all categorize y'all life and love into what somebody else wrote a book about. And when they write these books, it's not the end all do all, it's not the period. It is just to give you an idea that these are some ways that love is seen. But you took that as a fact, a period, and done. No. The way that person showed love, because you got to remember, or think about it, they came from a broken place. So they don't know how to receive love. So all the love you giving them, they're not receiving it because of the fact that's not their language. Y'all not communicating the same. So the way she was communicating or he was communicating that love to you, you like, this is trash. They came from a selfish place. They was raised in a selfish household that was taught to be selfish, selfish, selfish. So their way of giving love may have been like, hey, I'm giving you a little bit of attention because it's usually all about me. I'm listening to you when you talk. That's their way of showing love. Yours is, okay, just somebody saying thank you, or maybe you being thought of. That's love. Well, they're never going to thank you because it's all about them. They're going to thank you for it. You thank them. Do you understand where I'm going with? So it's not the fact that this person or that person don't like you, or y'all having a hard time. It's just the fact that, hey, this person ain't healed. How can this person that's not healed help you? You ain't healed either. Both of y'all trying to love each other from a broken place. Both of y'all broken. And y'all trying to love each other. So that's why I say stop worrying about them. Stop crying over them. Stop crying. Mourn yourself. Weep for yourself because you were failed at some point in your life that you could not. No one taught you how to love yourself or love others. No one properly taught you what love was. And love is God. I don't care if you was in a church every day. We woke up every day of the week and we was in church. That don't mean that they taught you about God. What they taught you is about their values, their morals, what they expect you to do, man-made laws. But nobody really taught you what love is. God is love. You know? So I need you guys to understand it. Yes, a product of their environment. That's what I'm talking about. Pretty and thriving. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah. So when I say you got to heal, that means stop worrying about them. They hurt you already. You already hurt. I need you to figure out why you hurt. They're going to go and find another supply to do the same thing to them. And it's going to end up in the same situation. Sometimes people are brought into your life to thrust you into your purpose. Some people are brought into your life to wake you up. Some people are brought into your life to trigger some things in you so you can stand in your power. So let's stop giving the enemy so much credit. The enemy wants to kill, steal, and destroy. He wants to cause confusion because he's the author of it. He wants to do a thing. If he can get you to see that your life is all over the place, you got drama, you confused, add all this hurt. If he can get you to focus on that, you will never focus on the main point. It ain't about you. You going through this, God needs you to heal. It ain't about you. This girl or this boy did this to you, but it's not about you. I needed you to trigger that. Now I need you to come over here and talk to the Father. Talk to me. Talk to your daddy. Talk to him. Tell him what it is. Okay, God, why did you use me? Since you used me, make me feel better. I would tell him all the time, all right, God, you used me for this. I need you to make me feel better because I don't like the way I'm feeling. I need you to make me feel better. And then instead of making me feel better, he made me understand. See, wisdom. We want all the blessings, but in order to have the blessings, you have to have wisdom. He showed me how to understand what was happening. And that's how I understood that it's not happening to me, but it's happening for me and through me, because I need to learn from it and heal from it. And it's going through me because the testimony has to go to someone else. That's what it is. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, Picasso, look, I'm just doing my job. Brenda, what you over there talking about? Go ahead, Brenda. Keep putting it out there, sis. Keep putting it out there. But listen, I want you guys to understand the hurt that you're feeling is only hurting you that way because you're allowing the enemy to tell you and make you feel that way. No, that is not. Listen, if you hurting because somebody, you went through a breakup or whatever, yes, we invest in things. We invest in things. And no, it ain't easy. But when you get to understanding, it becomes very simple and easy. Like, oh, okay, I see what this was. It's more of a blessing, but we give the enemy so much credit that we take it as a failure. We take it as a curse. We take it as hurtful. We take it as these things when it's not. It's a blessing. Nobody wants to hear the blessing in disguise. No. Take that blessing. It don't look like a blessing because your feelings are hurt or because you hurt. It's taking your breath away. It does. Been there, done that. I remember I dated someone, not married. I dated someone. Boy, it had me sick. I didn't want to get out of bed. I'm like, man, this is crazy. I don't want to eat. Constantly checking my phone. I was younger, but still, wore me out. I'm crying. Then when he finally called, now I'm tough. Yeah, what? Now, when I hang up, then it's like, now why would I do that when I know I want to be with the person? Well, it's because I was broken. I wasn't healed. So I did stupid stuff. How do you pretend like you crying, but then you pretend like you don't care? That's crazy. I had to figure out, why am I like that? Because that's 10 sheets in the wind crazy. Why am I like this? It was pride. It was my ego. It was my pride. It was my ego and my pride. You know what? They say women don't have pride. Women have the biggest pride. We were taught to have that pride, to be very prideful. Because you got to remember, it's a point in time in our life we couldn't vote as women. We couldn't do anything. You just shut up, go in the house and cook a squirrel. Cook a coon. Cook a squirrel. Do something. Right? My family from the South, so they had raccoon, squirrel, everything. Listen, but anyway. Yeah. I'm going to go out here and cheat, and wherever I lay my hat, that's going to be my home for as long as I want it to be. And you going to sit right here and raise all these children. Because we're not having kids because I love you. We having kids because I need my daddy bloodline to keep going strong. So you're going to lay here and have all these kids. See, that's why we got so much pride, because we at that state I wish I would now. You know, we came so far. We didn't get equal pay. You know, women fought so hard to just be able to stand and say, I did that. And not have to give the credit to someone else. You know? So yeah, we're very prideful. So it was my pride and ego, because you'll never be able to say you did me no type of way. You'll never know I'm hurting. You'll never know that I'm on here stomach hurting on the toilet. Ain't nothing else but water coming out because I done stomach hurting, throwing up, dry heaving, can't eat. That was crazy. Looking at my kids like, dang, I need a babysitter. I just want to be here all day. No. I had to heal that. I was loving people from a broken place. Thank you so much, you guys, for all the love, the likes, shares, and the follows. Thank you so much. Listen, I had to learn how to love on me, and I had to learn how to pour into me, and I had to learn to go and disconnect every thought and every lie that I had processed as truth. Back to my childhood, I processed things as truth because the people that supposed to love me the most told me what I thought was true, and I processed that lie, and it became the truth, and I lived with that. This is why I thought I could never get love. This is why I thought that, you know, my insecurities. This is why, and I had to go back and heal that. Like, no, you was a liar. Of course I'm beautiful. Of course you would say I'm not beautiful. Of course you were jealous. Of course you would say that, oh, every time I put on clothes and was creative with my dress and that it didn't look good to take my self-esteem, because when we go out, of course you want to look the best. But here's the thing. No matter what they all did to me, I still was always on top. I still was always, when I was clubbing in those times, we go to the club, guess what? I get the attention. You did everything to tear me down, and attention was still on me. The problem is I didn't care nothing about them jokers, because my motto was I'll never date anybody from the club, because we're in the club. So that was my motto. You worrying about something that I'm not even worrying about. I had to go back and heal those lies and tell myself the truth. That's how I healed that. I was loving people because I didn't have the love. I wanted the love. I was missing the love. So I was giving this love to these people, this overwhelming love, because I led with love. They thinking they're getting over with me. But no, I was operating from a place of love, and I was always giving love. It's just that I was broken. So when you're broken, giving unconditional love, how do you do that? You don't. That you become an overgiver, right? You become an overgiver, a people pleaser. You know what I mean? You become all these things when all it is that you just want love. I didn't know how to articulate that. So what if I tell you we would have conversations, I didn't know how to articulate that I need love. See, one thing that my daddy taught me how to do, he taught me how to take care of myself, that, hey, I know how to cut some grass. I know how to fix some things on a car. I know how to put some stuff together. I know how to stop a leak. I know how to fix a toilet. I know how to do some things. I know how to go out there and fish if I need to fish. I know how to go out there and hunt. I know how to do some things, Lord. I know how to skin whatever I need to skin to make sure that I can cook it and eat it if anything ever happened. I know all these things. However, my dad, because I was a daddy's girl, he did not teach me how to be emotionally intelligent. What he taught me is turn my fears off. When I would cry, he would always tell me, you better not cry. He gave me all the love in the world, but he gave it to me from a place of daddy, daughter, I love you, protector. So every man that I looked for, I looked for that daddy love, that protector, meaning that, oh, if you can't protect me, you don't love me. Meaning, like, let me look at your hands. Your hands ain't rough. Your hands too soft. You can't protect me. Do you understand? I didn't know that it was other ways. I just looked at, no, you can't protect me. You can't protect. How you gonna protect me? Your hand's soft. What you put a lot of lotion on? What you be doing? And that's what I thought. I'm being honest. That's what I thought. Your hands are real cute. You know, if it came down to it, do you know how to dig a hole? Do you know that, hey, you know, if stuff push come to shove, we can dig some holes and bury whatever we need to bury? Hey, don't be going there. I'm talking about as far as you want to keep something cool. Dig the hole, put it in there, bury it. To keep something cool. If we got knocked off the grid right now, can you survive? No, you can't. Your hand's too soft. Go on over there. That's what I thought. But that's not true. That's not true. You know what I mean? I just know that I had to heal and understand what love was. Love was not only that what I thought love was so out of whack, but it was more so I never connected it to solely to God. That is his name. He is love. God. And the reason why I couldn't do that is because I didn't know how to love myself. So how can I love somebody else? No. I knew God. I knew who he was, but I didn't even love myself. I'm just operating through life, and everybody like, well, you know, you gonna go to heaven because... Listen, so it's a lot of woods. It's the deer feeder across the street. He has a deer feeder, and I be waiting to see the deers and the animals. Sometimes the turkeys come around there, so yeah. But no, I sit back sometimes, and I'm just like, what it would be like to have a daughter, you know? Now, at this age, at this point in my life, at this healed point in my life, I have a daughter. See, I didn't want a daughter before. I didn't want a daughter because it was like one small move or one wrong move or word can ruin her life, because I looked at my life, you know? And I'm like, okay, my mom, you know, now that I'm older and healed, I understand what she said out of her mouth. She didn't mean it the way that I processed it. See, I took something up and made it the truth. A lie and made it the truth. So now I know how important it is to pour into another young lady. I know how important it is to be an example. Not the example of I can't do no wrong because people watching me. No. I need you to do all your wrong. I need you to do all your wrong. It's just, how do you carry yourself? We all make mistakes. You think I'm going to sit on here and not make a mistake? It's how am I going to fix that mistake? Am I just going to go with the flow and then become that? Meaning that you guys think I'm like this Christian woman and I, you know, go to church and I, you know, sit in the front row and I have fellowship and we go to lunch and the first lady comes by my... None of that is true. I'm like Michael Jackson. None of that is true. None of it is true. But most people, if a person have an idea about who they are, they'll pick up that character and become that, and then they fake. Not me. Not me at all. No, sir. I'm going to be who I say I am. I am who I say I am. That is it. I am who I say I am. Meaning that I do what I want. However, I don't carry myself as, hey, well, I don't like to say negative, undesirably, you know, in undesirable ways. I don't have to, you know, whatever I wear, I'm going to look good in it anyway. You know, I don't have to cut it short, bring it little. I don't have to. I can if I want. If I want to wear a half top, I put a half top on. Is that going to change who I am to have conversations with you guys to teach you how to grow and become a better version of yourself? No. But if I get off here and how I told you guys, do not interact with that lady that tried it, and then someone here try me, and maybe I may spaz. But it's what do I do after that? Do I become that character that I just stepped into at that moment? No, I'm going to always strive to be better. I'm going to always strive to be better. I'm going to try and disconnect and diffuse the situation. However, sometimes in situations you be trying real hard, and boy, it be hard. You be trying to walk away, and then they can say that last day, you better walk away. You know? And then you beat yourself up like, man, I shouldn't have done and worked so hard on myself. Okay, and go back and finish working on yourself. No one ever masters the full thing of healing because you become healed and healing. No one masters the I'm never going to react. No, that's why they have to disconnect. Let me tell you why they have to disconnect. Because they're about to react. You understand? This is what I need you to understand. No one's perfect. Don't go in trying to beat yourself up. You always strive to be better than you was yesterday. So in my book, oh my goodness. Listen, I had over 200 people up in here and I did not promote my book. Let me tell y'all something. I'm the worst at promoting myself. I get so busy and well, God got me. But listen, I have a book. It's Trinity Walk to Self-Love. It is on Amazon, Walmart, and Barnes & Noble website. Pick it up, okay? It's a journal helping you on your self-love journey. I'm right now in the mix of creating 2 books, working on 2 books. But that one is already published and it's out there. If y'all haven't got it, get it. The link is in my bio or go on my website. I also do life coaching. See, I'm telling you, I had some people up in here. Maybe it wasn't for me to tell those people. But anyway, I do life coaching as well. I have things on my website. You can go to my website, check it out. Also, if you need life coaching, your first session with me is totally free. And that's because I want you to make sure I can help you, one. And then if I can, I refer you to someone that can. So you guys look on my website. I do group sessions. I am starting to travel now. So and the reason why I said that is because like, whew, I'm finally doing it. But I am traveling now. And if you want to do a group session in your city or whatever, let me know. We'll negotiate. You can go on my website, book that. So, and if you can't get a booking on my website, then just DM me. I'm starting to check my message requests. I didn't even know that was a thing, but DM me and let me know what it is that you need, and then we can work it out from there. So yeah. So thank y'all for the follow. Thank y'all for the likes. And yes. So what I'm going to do, I'm getting ready to call it a day, a night. I really enjoy myself. I thank you guys for all your support, all your love. Man, it's amazing. I'm grateful and I'm thankful. I am just here to operate in purpose. Remember, you guys, when you're learning to love yourself, you don't go beat up people that mistreat you. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't go beat up. Thank you so much, pretty. Don't go beating up on people. And don't go beating up on yourself. No, you sit in that. You sit in that. Learn from that. The enemy, anything that's healthy, the enemy is going to try and bring hate to it. So if you sit in it, right, and heal, the enemy will bring the anger. Like, I can't believe I let that person do this to me. And then you want to ride. No, we're not doing that. So as always, as I say, follow the love. If there's no love there, if you're the only one standing there with love, moving forward, disconnect. Follow the love. Everything in your life should be of love. You can't control how a person treats you. You can't control what a person say. You can't control what love is. I don't know what they beating on in my house, like they got a hammer beating up against my wall, but we gonna have a problem. But you can't control any of those things. All you can do is control yourself. So if you notice there's no love there, walk away. Okay? I want y'all to be safe and pretty. If you're driving and listening, be careful on that road. You be safe. I'm super proud of you, okay? And if no one told you guys today, I'm telling you right now, I love you. And I'm super proud of you. Remember to pour into your cup before you pour into others. And if you decide to pour into somebody's cup, they only get the overflow. God will fill your cup into an overflow. They only get that overflow. And when they get that overflow, anybody, just they ain't no be anybody getting that overflow. Overflow does not mean money. It does not mean time. It does not mean, it can mean whatever. It could just mean period of you giving a kind word. Everybody does not deserve a kind word. Just because it seems like it's a good thing does not mean that it's of God. The enemy will try and make things a good thing and it's not of God. God will bring the person to you. He will bring the people to you. He will bring the people. When the people just show up and they just show up, then great. But if you got to go to the person and you got to go in it, God did, probably ain't no God in that, okay? Okay? That means that they're going off their own will. God will bring you to the person. Meaning, if I'm supposed to be in your life, okay? Or if I'm supposed to be at your, I will come to you, okay? However, you guys, just know that I love you guys and I'm so proud of you. Remember to stay in a place of desirable. We're not doing positive, negative. It's desirable, undesirable. I am out. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the shares. Thank y'all for the gifts. Thank y'all for everything. Coach Nye out. Bye. Bye, Miss Brenda. Let me see.